Greetings guys, and welcome back to Factorio. So, I'm Dgray, and let's continue with this. We are just where we left off. We have just finished setting up our iron smelting. It is running very beautifully. Oh, look at that. That looks so cool. I'm so happy with this. And we have built up almost 9k iron already. That is insane. We can't quite keep up from our resource point of view, from our inputs. The train is going as fast as it can, but our output is just not good enough. So let's just, what's it called? Continue setting up more smelting. So now that we have this, let's set up the other three ones. So setting up, we do have copper, but I want to have copper down here instead. So let's set up copper, tin, and gold. I think those are the three we need. Not sure what tin is used for, but I think it'll be fine. So what I want to try to do is this. What if we take a blueprint of all of this and do that? If I do this, just remove that one part. Of course, I'll replace it. But then I should be able to stamp this down in the other four corners here and have smelting for all four things. So let's just call this smelting. Not sure if this will work, but in theory, I should just be able to turn it like this, and then it should be able to fit in. And then instead of iron here, let's do a copper. Place that down. Now everything is just gonna go completely mad. And the only thing we need to change, if you look up here, is setting up a new one there. Calling this one, what's called copper ore dash in. We have one, number 2. Don't we have a copper ore in? Yeah, we have the old smelting area that I will remove. Oh, and we of course need to put down the stations as well. Should be able to just place them down like this without any issues. Just getting the rest built. Removing our output ones. I so need to get rid of those. But look at that. If I just set this to copper, then this entire system should work. Don't know why it hasn't connected up. That's something we have to look at, but if you just do that, then we just set up all of our copper smelting. Let's just do this quickly. That's the copper part. Copper here. I'm guessing my old base can't really keep up anymore with all the things it needs to produce. So we'll have to get that up and running. We'll change this one to crushed copper. And then we can remove the old area. And then have all of this produce copper for us instead. And this is a proof of concept. If I can just copy paste this around, it would be so nice. So there we go. Now we just kind of need to set this input to copper, and we should be golden. So connect you up to that one. Let's connect it up. Let's say only one train, as always. And then say what I want is in here. I'd like to request copper at a rate of negative 10,000. And we don't have any trains in our depot anymore. They're out doing other things. So as soon as they are done with whatever they're doing, then we'll be golden again. And this should probably be a good time to set up, what's it called, better trains. But look at that, guys. I like to set you to remove this so we can see things. But it looks good. Set this up to copper ingots. Here comes a train. It's probably going to go for more iron. It is. Might need to change how often or how much this requests. But this is fine because I don't think this can keep up anyway. Look, we only have 1000 storage, so that is fine. Let's look here. Is a train coming with their 10,000 copper ore? Let's just look at it going. Should be this one. There we go. And let's see this go and grab some copper. Just to get all of this working correctly. So it should drive in here, grab the 10k it needs, and then leave for the other area. And as you can see, I'm looping a bit right now because this is in an area that's not supported by the network. So let's load 10k. Shouldn't take long, and then that'll be delivered down here, and then this will start. While we wait for that, let's just clean up. Oh, we still have the issue with that power pole that we need to fix. And we'll just remember that for the future, that we need to do a better setup of this. I thought I fixed it down here. It's like it keeps going back in. Let's just check here. There's a blueprint. It's right here. It should fit in. Oh, it's this one down here, isn't it? Okay. If any of you can explain why that this doesn't want to build, even though it's clearly there, both of them are clearly on the map, then I'll much appreciate it. But here comes the copper train. Let's just have a look while it flows in. This is one of the things I enjoy most about Factorio, is watching this flow in. You can see it on the map to the right, going up and docking into this station. Oh, here it is. That was the iron train. That was my bad. But we should just get it in here, and then we'll be able to output from here. So look at this, guys. Here goes the copper ore at a rate of 10k. It's all flowing into the system. It's gonna go down here. And don't know if we should put a limit on this. So it only requests if it needs like 10k. I think that might be something we do, setting a request 10 call to 10k. So it doesn't drive all the time, since we can do that now. So let's do this. This one, I would like to only request you when you have 10k. Oh, not doing this one. Request threshold of, let's say, 10,000, and then you'll do 20,000 here instead. That should mean that it should request 20 here to be filled into the storages, but at least 10k at a time. And I want to do this setup as well down by the iron. But look at that, it's all flowing in. Extremely easy to set up. Oh, I'm happy with this build. It's working way better than I had planned. Or not planned, that is. So let's just watch this flow in, having a copper flow. Oh, look at that, guys. Look how beautiful it is. And here comes some more. Make it look even more beautiful. Oh, this makes an old man happy. Or somewhat old man at least. So yeah, let's continue. This was so easy to set up. So now we have all the copper in the world. It seems these are supplying way more than these can take out, so we might have to upgrade to red belts at some point. But we'll see if that is necessary. Also just fills 2 yellow. So that was our copper setup. Let's just change the name of the station and change this little part to request threshold 10k. And then request 20k here instead. Oh, not 300 something. Because then the train doesn't run all the time, which is a bit annoying. So that is exactly what I want to see. I like to call you dash out number 1. And was this one up here? Something we want to dismantle now, this horrible setup. So let's get rid of this and get rid of that part and that part. Just doing a bit of spring cleaning here. There we go. You can go away. Let's remove these train tracks here. That was horrible. Did spend a bit of time on them, but once in a while you learn something. Wonder why it's still requesting. I thought when we set 1k, that will would have made sure it wouldn't request. Oh. Didn't I set that? I thought I did. Did I mess it up somehow? Well, hopefully one of you can explain why it's not working as intended. And wow, we are low on power. Holy moly. So at some point we should probably, oh, it's because of this. How much are they transporting? That's a lot of copper. Whoops. Oh well, that is fine. That is fine for now. That will luckily solve itself out in just a few minutes. I'm guessing it's the robots that's using all the power. But what we also want to do is make cells for our copper. Oh, it doesn't even make it all, copper. Coal, it doesn't even make it all the way down. So should we do a power area as well? I think that might be cool. And guys, I just think I made a mistake doing it here. Because I just remembered that we said we might do some iron things in here. Or else we'll just do one thing for each. So transporting this to wherever it needs to be built. Only having our main parts on the bus. But that's something we will have to look at first. If not, we can always do what's called one station that provides a mix of items. So for example, if this is producing old intermediate steel items, or iron items, we can put them all on one train. And with the filter inserters, we should be able to manage that, since we have filters out. So that's going to be fun to see if we can manage that. But that's something for another episode. So this has been cleared out. The power is still lacking, but should be fine. But look at that horrible mess. So what we should do now is work towards the next infrastructure part. We have to work towards this soon as well. And for that we kind of need to make steel. So what if we just make steel over here? We'll need steel in and we'll need copper in. And then we have those, I think it's pesky diamonds. Or we could just crush it somewhere else. Do a crushed coal area. Since I think crushed coal is used for quite a bit. Let's say coal. It's used for that. That is used for just carbon. So carbon is used for quite a few things. So should we do a carbon cell? Because then we don't have to worry about the diamonds. I think that will be fine. And we can always output the diamonds somewhere around here as well. So where should we do it? Maybe just do it here, having this as a production area. So let's make some carbon. That should be easy enough. So pretty much copy this blueprint around here, just placing it here, and just make carbon instead. But of course we can't do this one, so we might have to do another one with fills and inserters instead. So let's take this blueprint, and if we export the string, can we make a copy of it then? Because then I want one where I can change a few things around. So we have 2 of them now. So this one, I want to remove the ore crushers, and I want to move the furnaces. And pretty much everything in here, but that might be too much to ask. Let's get rid of all of you. Or we could just place it down and do it. So what if I do... That is missing and that is missing. That's fine. But what if we just do this then? Place this down. Let's see which way should I turn it. Is this the correct way? No. We need this in the corner. It's a bit too dark for me to see where I have to place it. There we go. So let's try and do some crushed right here. And remove all of this, please. All of you. Remove the outputs here and remove this small amount there. So now we have the input and we have the output. And what we want to output up here is pretty much just coal. Dime is a bit later, but we could output it as well for some things. But look, it's only used for advanced mining drills. And that is way, way, way into the future. So we might just store it here for now. So how should we do our coal setup? Just gonna check on the iron ore here. And if we have enough being made of our assemblers, that's fine. So here we want coal in, pretty much. Let's just set that right now. Good, it's requesting 10k. Just as I wanted to. Right here, coal. But before we do that, we should probably decide on a setup. We want that going down this way and outputting over here on the right. And what we want to output is carbon. I think that is, wasn't that what we just saw, that that was all we needed? This is just used for that and that one. That's fine. And that is just used for carbon and grenades. And that is fine. We don't need grenades right now. Yeah, no need. So let's set up crushed and then figure out what to do with all the diamonds. We could just add them to the chests here. It'll probably never fill up. And since we have fills and inserters, this should never pick them up. So is that a solution, guys? It is probably a solution, but is it a good solution? It makes it so... Yeah, let's try that. I think it might be quite cool just to do that. So first thing we need, let's just do it over here. We'd like to do electric ore crusher. I'd like to start you, let's just do it here for now to check. Want to crush coal, and the crush I want you to go into, oh, that's a problem, into this one. But we have that pesky diamond. So we can't just do this because the diamond will get in the way. But we could do filter inserters to make sure that the diamond goes somewhere else. Oh, that diamond is a bit annoying. Yeah, because we don't have long-handed filter inserters. What should we do, guys? We had that old setup back here at the base. Where is it at? This one. Where we filter them out if they're blocking it. But that just goes into this chest, and that is not the most optimal solution. But it is one that would work. Wow, this doesn't have to be easy to do, does it? But we could use the same setup. I think it might be good enough. So crush it there. So what if we do that setup? Right here for now, we always move it a bit. Then we'll have this in the middle running, and then we have the diamonds at the bottom going out. Could just add them to this chest, because then this can supply it in the future. Yeah, guys, let's try that. I don't know if it's the best solution, but it's the one I'm going with. So let's just fit this in for now. So right here, that's where we want it. Giving us a bit of room. So let's try this. It's probably gonna be a horrible setup, but it's the one I want to try. So if we do this, give it some power, please, right here. And of course, we'll need to have one going in from, no, that is an output side. Output, what's it called? Carbon, because carbon is used for quite a few things. Because I need that for the military, and I don't want to crush it on site. Need for steel. So that's what we're gonna do. Do this down this way. The output, diamond goes down this way. And then we filter, or pretty much add the diamond to these lines and mix it in with the carbon output. And I think that will be fine. Because before we fill up that area with diamonds, we will have used them for other things. So let's see here. It's almost the same setup as before, but not quite. So let's just grab this part, turn it around like that. Not like that, sorry. I want it to be on the same line, so right there. Give it some power. There we go. And yeah, then we should be able to do it ×2. Oh, this takes a bit more room than the other ones. So I might just do it like this. How much is needed for the steel? That is the entire question here. 2 per 12. So 2 rows of this should be enough. Let's just make a somewhat small setup. I think that will be fine. And just line it up in the middle. Because then we have room to do experimenting in the future. So copy this part just over here. Get some of this down this way. And then we should be able to just take this and copy it down this way. But first I want to align it with the middle of this area, because it looks a bit better if we have it like that. So what if we do it right here? Or just right here. Then we can always fix it in the future, and that is somewhat aligned towards the middle. Then I'd like to copy you just down a few times. Then we'll see if this works when I activate it. To right here. Oh, and I course, I forgot one part of this. I thought I had checked that this would fit in. Guess that wasn't the case. Just give it a small amount of power, please. Oh, they all used, so we can do it right there. That activates all of that. And as always, our power is extremely lacking because of this huge monstrosity right here. But our coal is going strong. Yeah. So the 140k in storage, so I can't see any issue with that. And how many copper ingots do we have? It should be a powerful right here. 25k. So what I want to do is hook up pretty much just one of these. We don't need 4 outputs. So let's just get the 2 on the side to here, and the other one can go this way and into right there. So that makes sure that coal comes in, outputs the crushed coal and the diamond to here. This takes the crushed coal into carbon, and the same the other way around. Then down here we'll output both things. We will take pretty much on the middle line here, going up this way. And then we'll do diamonds can go from here. Only output. Oh, I have to remember I don't do the mistake I did before, because we need the bottom one to grab from this one, or else it can jam up. I think that's what we saw last time. So what if I just move you down 1 to here and to right here? I think that will work with what I'm trying to do. That's be the diamond, that'll be the diamonds, and you'll filter diamonds just as we did up top. And do tell me if you see any mistake in what I'm doing right now. Diamonds out. I want to do one thing. It's not needed, but I think it'll look a bit cooler. Oh, never mind. I can't make it look any cooler. It's as cool as it can be. Because look, this is going the wrong way. I almost made the mistake. And luckily I saw it. But right here, diamond out. And then we'll just get this one in. Do that on the left. So that means the diamond will come down this way. Merge into to this one. Could just do it like that, because this one is what we want. The diamond is just extra, and it shouldn't be able to jam it up unless we are filled out here, and that is what we want. Isn't that correct, guys? I think it is. And then we can remove that small part and that small part. Oh, I don't like this way of doing it. Let's make it look a bit prettier by doing that instead. And do input priority diamonds. Oh, I don't need to do input priority, just merge them like this. I think that will look a bit better. The same here. I know it's a bit of waste of resources, but then it merges in a somewhat beautiful way. So let's hook this up and see if we can't get it to work. Here we go, and we can remove this part and that part. And yet again, the power connection is not good. We'll have to sort that out. So let's request some copper. Not copper. I don't know why I keep calling coal for copper. It's definitely coal I want. But let's go down here. Only one train, please. I would like to set a limit to 10,000 before you request. And then I'd like to have 20k here at all time. Negative 20k. I should request some coal as soon as I connect it up. No trains in depot, so we'll have to add some to the depot up here, and then it should work, because the rest are kind of working at the moment, grabbing all the things we need for down here. So yeah, I will end the episode here, and then next episode you can come back and see how this looks. Or while we're waiting, you could also like and subscribe, because 16,000 coal, that's gonna be fun if you can get that. But do like and subscribe and hit that bell button, and support me on Patreon if you want some save games or to get in contact with me some other way. Look at that power pole again. That one is so strange that this messes up every time. But let's just watch what's called the coal flow in. We have one going over here. Where is the train? It's right here. Picking up, should loop around this way. Going around this way. Oh wait, you just go straight in, I think. So let's see, it'll load 16k, how long that takes. Let's see. Oh, that takes quite a while to load 16k. Is that too much for it to load? That is, let's see, it's barely ahead, so it can't request more than 16 at a time. That is good to know. Oh, 16,000 is what is room for in one train. Isn't that correct? So that should mean it can just barely keep up with what it needs to load. Oh, and that might be because we're quite low on power at the moment. So yeah, I'll end the episode here. Next episode, we'll probably look at fixing the power, and then we'll see this one work. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I've been Dgray, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.